Welcome back, you guys. So, y'all, first things first, I want to take this head off so bad because I literally just went and got my hair dyed and cut. But I do not like the way it is dyed. It's supposed to be a platinum blonde, it is more yellow blonde. My barber said it was cute, but of course she did it, so I thought she was hyping me up. And then my sister said it was cute, but I'm like, oh, I don't know. You have to see it in person. But if she says it's cute, it's probably cute. I'm just not brave enough to wear it right now. It has to grow on me. So I know y'all probably tired of seeing these hats, but my hair is done under this. I just don't like the way it looks. So anyway, so you guys know that I am a shopper. I'm a shopaholic. I love to score deals and bargains whenever I can. And so sometimes I take some unconventional methods to score those type of deals. And I thought that I would make a video to give you guys 5 tips on ways that you can possibly save some money or score a discount or maybe walk upon a sale or something in the store. So these are just tricks that you may already know about, but these are some of the things that I do that I think may not be so mainstream. I know you've probably seen videos like this where people help you score deals and they give you tips and tricks on how to pay less for your clothing or your shoes or whatever it is that you're shopping for. So I wanted to come to you and tell you the 5 things that I do. So like I said, there's only 5, although there's probably more, but there's only 5 that I could think of. Okay, guys, so the first thing that I do is show up. And so I know you're probably like, what in the world do you mean by show up? What I mean is, as women and men, if you shop a lot, sometimes like we already have our shopping trips planned. Okay, so like we will say, I'm off on a Saturday, so I know that I'm going to go shopping, or I'm in the market for a specific pair of jeans, so I know that I'm going to shop on this day to look for those jeans, or maybe those same pair of jeans are on sale on Thursday. I know that, so I'll go Thursday. I don't necessarily do that. I shop literally randomly. I've caught some of the best deals just showing up. Maybe like in between, work, when I'm on my lunch break, I'll just go to Marshall's just to go and see what they have. And I've scored some of the best deals. I don't always shop just when I'm looking for something. There's a lot of times where I literally just get up and go. Or if I'm out in the streets and my plan was not to shop, then I'll just stop in Burlington or maybe even like Saks or Neiman. And sometimes on those off days when you're not expecting to catch a deal, that's whenever you catch a deal, because the retailers, sometimes they don't always announce all the sales and the deals. Sometimes they'll, lower the prices and just sit it out. And so it's up to you as a shopper just to go and find the deal. And that's what I do. So like I said, a lot of times it doesn't matter what day it is. It doesn't matter what time it is. Sometimes I'll just walk in and something will be sitting right there and I'm like, oh my God, this is for me. It's the last of it. It's in my size. I got to get it. So number 1, show up randomly. Like just be a stalker to the store. Just show up. Okay, so number 2 is know your tags and your days. Okay, so what this means is if you are a shopper like I am, you know that certain stores have certain color-coded tags on their items, and those tags mean different things. Like, for instance, at Marshall's, I know that if something has a yellow tag on it, it means that it is discounted. However, that is not the last discount. So if it has a red tag on it, it means that that is the final discount. It's not going down any lower. That is the cheapest that it's going to be. So I can either leave it or I can grab it. So like when you have a yellow tag, that's letting me know like, okay, well, this item is going to go down some more. Do I want to run the risk of leaving it here and somebody snagging it up? Or do I think this item is okay enough where it can sit and maybe I can come back in 3, 4, 5 days, maybe even a week, and it'd be another, $5 or $6 off. So I'm very familiar, with that process in a lot of stores, even like down to the Goodwill. Sometimes they have like 25-cent days or 50-cent days. It really behooves you to know when the deal is happening, what the tags mean, what the codes mean. And also, the days, which means like some stores get shipments in on Thursdays. Some stores get a shipment every day. So if you know what days that the merchandise comes in, maybe you can be the first one to score it, or maybe you can be the first one to take whatever item that you're looking for up to the counter and ask them about it, or you just want to be the first sometimes. You may not always catch a deal if you buy something hot off the truck because it just got in. But if it's a limited item, and it's not going to be there anyway in 2 or 3 weeks, it may behoove you to get it right then and there. If you know that, okay, the truck comes in on Friday, so let me be there to see what new merchandise is out. All right, guys, number 3 is build relationship I'm sorry, y'all. Build relationships with your SA, CA, or the employee. So SA means your sales associate, CA is your client associate, and then in the regular employees at the job. So a lot of times people don't do this. A lot of people just shop and go in, and then they just buy their item and they keep it moving. But it really is beneficial for you to build a relationship with a certain person. If you see somebody all the time, they know that you're always in there shopping. Spark up little conversations with them. Make them feel good. 9 times out of 10, they're tired. They're ready to go home. They'll probably welcome the conversation, especially if it's like a slow day. And so the more that they get to know you and your personality and your style and what you like, they'll do little special things for you. Sometimes they'll hold things even whenever they're not supposed to. Sometimes, I have a certain essay that'll call me and say, Tierra, we just got, this and that in. I felt like it was your style. It's a great price once you come and look at it. So things that maybe they're not really supposed to do, but for you, they'll do it because they like you. You guys have, chatted about kids and style and the weather, just all these random things. So sometimes, getting the hookup is really where it's at. All right, guys. So number 4, shop in random areas. Okay, so what I mean by this is whenever I'm shopping and I know that, I'm shopping for a skirt, I'm not just going to be going in the skirt aisle looking for a skirt. You guys already know in stores there's a million different people coming through. There's kids, there's teenagers, there's undecisive women like myself. I may pick up a skirt and, be all the way in the shoe aisle, but because I don't feel like going all the way back to the skirt aisle, I may just leave the skirt right there. Not supposed to do it. I know it does not help the employees because they have to clean up my mess. But I mean, it's a reality. Sometimes this is things that we do, right? So sometimes I just peruse the whole store. I have no business in the men's section. There's nothing out the men's section that I want. But who's to say somebody didn't pick up a cute dress and just leave it in the men's section? I've scored some of my best deals just literally walking the store, just looking, browsing, killing time. And then I'm like, oh my goodness, what is these shoes doing over here by the pots? But luckily the shoes are nicely priced and they're my size. So I'm like, oh, I need these. And so I pick them up. So sometimes, when you're shopping, don't always just shop in the area that you're looking for, or stay in the surrounding area, because you find some of the most random things in the store. And that's honestly why the employees exist, because they have to go back and they have to clean up that mess. They have to make things look neat. They have to bring things back to where they're supposed to be. And also, not only that, like say for instance, if you find an item in the pot aisle and you take it to the counter and you ask them like, hey, I found this skirt, it says, is this price, is the price right? I don't know because I found it over here in the pots. A lot of times they'll be like, oh, you know what? It doesn't have a price on here. You can have it for $10, because they don't feel like going through the system and looking it up and scanning tags and, calling the other employees on their little walkie-talkie radios. And so that's just how you can catch a deal, doing it that way. Okay, guys, so my last tip is ask questions, compare, and kind of look out for mistakes. And that kind of ties into what I just told you. So a lot of times you may find things with just the smallest of rips, just the smallest of snags. Maybe the zipper is not 100% smooth. And so sometimes I'll take the item or whatever that I have in my hand and I'll take it to the counter and I'll ask, the associate just little stuff like, I see that this zipper is not as smooth as it should be. Is it supposed to be like this? Or maybe I'll say, I have these 2 skirts. This is the one that's in my size, but it's not as smooth as this zipper on this skirt. And so for the inconvenience, and because they know that probably 9 out of 10 times it's a defect, they'll go ahead and deduct some money. Therefore, you've scored a deal. You've paid below retail, right? And so I do a lot of that, if I find some kind of defect, or if I think that it's something that can get me, a little bit of money off, I will take it up there. And I'm not saying being annoying with it. I'm not saying, there's one tiny half of a stitch off, so go up there and, force it in their eyes and try to make them see what the problem is. I'm not saying that, and that's not what I do all the time either. Sometimes I'll just buy something and I'll bypass a little something. But I mean, honestly, you spend you work hard for your money and you want to spend it efficiently, and who wants to buy damaged goods? So sometimes these stores do have items, unfortunately, that are damaged. I don't know if it happens at the factory, maybe it happens in production, maybe it happens in transport, or even when the associates are putting the items out onto the racks. A lot of things happen, and instead of, like I said, going through the process of trying to find another item like it, or trying to call up another employee to help them find out what the deal is, they'll automatically deduct 10 or 15%. So you guys, I hope this video has been helpful. These are just some of the ways that I score deals. It seems like lately I've been finding deals everywhere. I don't know what it is, but like I said, these are just the tips and tricks that I use, and I hope that they are very helpful to you. I hope that you have learned something new, and I hope that you become a better shopper. Don't be a shopaholic like me, but I hope you become a better shopper because of the tips. As always, you guys, be an exclusive addition to someone's life.